礼拜四8月17号开始，我的全部课程英文聊天术、听力术还有流行语库都有限时1周的8折优惠，快点上个闹钟吧！下礼拜四8月17号优惠就开始喽。In the UK, there's a lot more acceptance of class.
Why? Why do I choose to wear this?
People still make a lot of money in the US.
I've lived in Canada, in the US for a bit, and it's my second week here in the UK. I thought it would just be fun to organize my thoughts on the differences between living in these countries. So yeah, I came home, I just sat down, and I started typing for, I think, the past half an hour. But because I have a reservation at the Sky Garden at 6:30, I think I'll have to leave pretty soon. The Sky Garden it sits here on Google Maps, known as the walkie-talkie due to its unique shape. I don't even remember the last time I said the word walkie-talkie. Do people still use that word? It's still an unfinished script, lots of unfinished thoughts, but I'll share them with you on the way there.
First of all, I feel like people in London walk a lot more than Americans do. The city of London is pretty compact. The layout is very easy for you to get around with just public transportation. But even if you take the tube or the bus, it is not uncommon to walk 20 minutes to get to where you're going. But in the US, it seems like most cities are built around cars. Walking would be a last resort in the US, at least in most cities. So yeah, London walkable, and people of London, I don't know, do they really love walking so much?
Another thing that's different is the way class is perceived. In the UK, there's a lot more acceptance of class, and people can easily tell where you'll fall just by hearing your accent. Whereas in the US, people would want to think that people are all equal. Even though the reality doesn't really match up, I think equality is widely promoted and it's kind of like written everywhere. It's a very mainstream value. Any mention of class would probably get frowned upon.
想要轻松复习影片里的英文用法吗？有免费的讲义可以下载哦！快到 lily.english.cool 留下你的 email， 我就会传公开笔记资料夹给你，里面有将近100份精美的影片讲义，而且会持续更新哦。
You've got a reservation?
Yes, at the bar.
Yeah, have you?
Sure.
Okay, you can go in now.
Thank you.
The cocktail I'm holding right now, 15 pounds. It's such a rip-off. I don't know. I mean, it's a sidecar. A sidecar is a sidecar. Well, not exactly. There are good sidecars and bad sidecars, but I feel like this is a very generic sidecar and it's 15 pounds. But I digress. The next point. The UK seems to have a better welfare system overall. From what I've seen, there are a lot less homeless people on the streets of London, and also the education cost is a lot more reasonable too. I don't have any first-hand experience in the healthcare services in the UK nor in the US. But from what I've heard and the research I've done, all citizens and permanent residents are entitled to free public health care, which definitely contributes to a safety net for all people in the country. Well, even though the left is very left in the US, it seems like the UK has a better welfare system overall.
We're trying to get pasta. I'm so confused. It says that it's behind this building? Oh, I think it's here. Oh, it's over there, it's over there. Okay, I'm like the dumbest person ever. And this is so gross. Why? Why did I choose to wear this? It's embarrassing. I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
finally made it to Amelia's crafted pasta. We're very cold and hungry, and we're just gonna order some really good homemade pasta. Alright, I am finally home. As you can see, not the greatest day to film, but I think we're finally coming to an end, and I'm gonna wrap up by saying there's still a lot of good things about living in the US. With my very limited experience in the US, I feel like the American dream still exists to some extent. People still make a lot of money in the US, especially when it comes to tech workers. Even with the recent layoffs, I feel like it's still pretty optimistic. On the other hand, as an Asian person, I think there is definitely a way bigger Asian community in North America than in the UK. I mean, if I were to live in somewhere long term, having an Asian community or not would definitely be a determining factor for me, because I want to feel like I fit in, and I want to still be surrounded with people of the same culture as me. And also, having traveled to so many different cities in the US, I would say every city is very different. Some people like it in New York, some people like it in LA. I personally really like Seattle and San Diego. They're all very different cities, so I don't want to make any generalizations. At the end of the day, it really depends on the person's lifestyle, values, and so much more. Yeah, but these are just my 2 cents, so feel free to chime in the comments down below. I would love to see people sparking conversations on living abroad, studying in different countries. Alright, I think that's about it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!